Hi everyone, welcome to your bonus yoga session with Mystic Soul. Gonna just start right away with a nice virtual smudge. If you have your own sage, do some in person for yourself. Sage is antibacterial, antimicrobial. As you've heard me say before, it's a great time to have your sage, your Palo Santo, burning in the home, getting it in the air, and just staying cleansed and cleared with the energy and physically. We got to be balanced on both sides. It's this whole thing that's happening now with this virus coming around. We need to remember to just be mindful that we're not going and stepping into fear anymore. It's our job, especially like in this class of Mystic Soul, to step out. We're in this special container, right? We're going to step out of fear, and we're going to step into the light and the love energy to help transmute that energy. All things are born from energy, even this virus. So allow yourself to be prepared, be balanced, help your neighbors when they need it, especially if they're immune deficient and their immune might be compromised and maybe yours isn't. So you can just, check in with people and be like, hey, I can help you. And that's always a nice thing to do, helping your neighbors, helping those that you can help if you're able. Go shopping for someone, etc. But remember your mindset and just stay positive, because it's only gonna, feed that fear if you continue to ride the wave of mass consciousness, which is in that fear and anxiety right now. And we need to be the ones to say, we're gonna just take a breath. We're gonna allow space for something new, something positive, something uplifting, something that will help this energy be transmuted into something better. And perhaps just from our shifting our own mindset on the whole thing allows for the opportunity and the possibility and the potential for a cure to be had, or just for it to die out as it can with these types of viruses. And then it's just like anything else that would bring fear into your life. You want to make sure that you're coming out. It's like stepping out, into the energy of the high priestess for a moment and saying, okay, let's take a breath, take a higher level view and look at this. And how amazing is our life right now. We're healthy, we're happy, if you're not, if you don't have it. So even if you do have it, more than likely you're going to just have those minor symptoms, and then you'll start to feel better. But taking care of yourself, doing the things physically that we need to do. So it's not about being in the fear and only the fear, or being out here and burying your head into the sand like an ostrich. It's about knowing that it's there, and also allowing the energy of love and light to just come in into center for yourself. And that's what yoga helps us do as well, is to just be like, okay, let me just get some perspective on this. We don't need to be this much in fear mode, right? So it's about allowing the energy to be transmuted. And many of us are energy healers, so we're going to turn the Reiki on and step into that energy. And when you turn the Reiki on and you're a clear channel as much as you can be, you allow that love, that light to flow through, and just magic happens. I'm still holding my sage and it's ready to go out. So, quick spiel over. So usually I have you guys pull a card if you're with me in person for a yoga class. So I wanted to let the cards tell the story, and before I even pulled, I thought I was going to pull a deck, and I looked over at my altar, and everyone knows I teach integrated energy therapy, which is the angel healing modality, where you tap into the energy healing with the angels, utilizing acupressure points that are not on the traditional acupressure model. And it's very powerful and beautiful. And there are 9 angels associated with IET, 9 main angels. Of course, there are hundreds and thousands of angels, and they're always all around you, supporting you. So I look at my altar, and one of them had fallen. I have them up on my Buddha picture over here. So one of them had fallen, and that's usually a little sign that to help guide our message, of the day, right? So for us, for our class, just notice this, right? This is Angel Faith. So she's awesome, obviously. Her message is in her name, of course. So her healing gift is faith and the freedom it brings. Her prayer of invitation, so feel free to close your eyes. This will be one of our, our beautiful intentions for our class today. Angel Faith, please accept my heart-link invitation and join your energy with mine. Bless me with the gift of your presence and help me to be truly free. Unlock the prison of human opinion that I have placed myself in. Teach me to find and follow my inner divine acceptance. Restore my faith. I love that. That's amazing. So we're going to get started. This is our yoga practice that includes the 5 Tibetans. So as we get started, I just want to explain the 5 Tibetans are a beautiful set of, it's like a vinyasa sequence. You're constantly moving. You can link your breath with your movement in Vinyasa Flow. These are 5 set flows. And so it's said to have been created by the Tibetans 2,500 years ago. They created this as a part of their healthy regimen, what they eat and what they're doing and their mindset, and then how are they taking care of their body temple. So this is, they were exposed to yoga, and from yoga they extracted this, and they call it the fountain of youth. So you can see it as a way of staying youthful, staying limber, staying flexible, staying strong. And if this is the only thing that you can do in your body, do it every day, because that'll be amazing. So with the 5 Tibetans, each one of them goes through the chakras. We have 5 Tibetans. So like the first one helps your root chakra. The second one goes into, so we go up to the first 5 chakras, I should say. And then the sacral, the power center, the heart, and the throat. So then the 5 Tibetans, you will do repetitions, 3 to up to 21 repetitions. And it's said that for each one, don't go beyond 21 repetitions, because then it supposedly counteracts what you've done. So you want to make sure that it doesn't negatively impact your chakras according to the original 5 Tibetans information. So staying with up to 3 to 21. I believe what I've decided to do today is just 6 repetitions, and while I'm doing it, maybe I'm not gonna count all of them, but most of them, maybe the spinning one we might do more just because it's fun. But do your 6. If you can only do 3 today, do 3. All of the poses are different in their level of strength and intensity, so do what you can, and you will build the intensity and the stamina to do more. There is a 6th Tibetan, which is abstinence. We're not going to go over that today, but that is something that if you'd like to ponder and look up and read about, go down that rabbit hole, feel free. We're going to get started now with our nice yoga flow. As always, if you have questions for me, just post in the group, or you can send it to me privately, but we're going to get started. Let's begin our practice in mountain pose. See if I can step back a little farther, make sure you're only my head is, I don't have my glasses on, only my head is cut off. Coming to mountain pose, close your eyes. You can do what I'm doing, which is just bringing your hands into Namaste for a moment to ground and center. Closing your eyes, feel free to release your hands down at your sides for a moment. Take a breath, inhale, exhale. Grounding through all 4 corners of your feet. Feel your groundedness like tree roots digging deep into the earth. And feel the strength in this static yet active pose. Strong core, strong thighs. You're lifting up with the strength of the core, and then lifting up through the spine, and allow your energy to shoot through the crown of your head. Here in mountain pose, you are this pillar of light. Relax the shoulders down, kind of tuck the pelvis in a little bit, very subtle. As you breathe, allow that good energy to flow through you. With good posture, you allow for your Sushumna channel, your Kundalini energy, all the chakras to be in a nice straight line, so energy flows. As we have set our beautiful intention today for having faith, having trust, and feeling that freedom enter within our mind, our body, our soul. As you flow through your practice, you may choose to tap into Ujjayi breath, also known as ocean breath. where you constrict the throat, breathe only through the nose, and bring more potent oxygen into your lungs and into your whole body. And as you're breathing in through ocean breath, it's like a little constriction of the throat. You can always start with your mouth open if you need to, and then when you exhale, it's like you're fogging the glass. And you do that with your mouth closed, and you can just feel that beautiful awareness, the extra potent oxygen flowing in. Take one more deep breath here. Your feet can either be close together like mine are or hip distance apart. And let's begin. Inhale, arms out and up. Take an upward salute. So you can't see my hands, but lift your arms straight up to the sky. Palms are facing together. Reach up, really elongate. Open the lungs as you inhale. You'll feel that beautiful expansion. This is a beautiful pose when you're feeling low on energy, to just go inhale and reaching the arms up. We do this unconsciously all the time. Just take that time to allow your body to open. Exhale, release your arms back down. Inhale, arms up, bring palms together, down to your heart. Inhale, exhale. One more time like that. Inhale, exhale. Let's come into chair pose. Actually, before we do chair, let's actually do the 5 Tibetans right away. They're a good warm-up for your practice. So bringing arms out shoulder height, palms facing down the whole time. And then you just spin around clockwise as you do this. Sometimes if I have tight quarters, maybe I'm in a bathroom and that's the only time and place I can do it, I might bend my elbows and still keep my hands facing down. But here's like the full pose, arms stretched all the way out, spinning around. So we'll do 6 rounds now, and if you decide to do more, do more. Inhaling and breathing deeply as you flow. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we come down onto the floor, and you feel that little pleasant dizziness. Come onto the floor. Lift the legs up to the sky. Palms are down by your sides, and the palms, and I'm not sure actually, let me make sure you can try to see my hands. I'll move. Well, I don't think I was successful there. Palms are by your side, and then your head is flat on the mat. If you need to lift it, sometimes it actually helps with extra strength. So palms can stay at your sides, or lift your hips up a little. Take your palms under the sides of your hips, and that'll ease off any tension in the lower back, and especially if you have lower back issues. So that's a good place to have your hands, and making sure your lower back is pressed into the mat the whole time you're doing this. 6 times we're going to do leg lifts, okay? So inhale and then slowly lower, strong core. Your feet are flexed or pointed, one up to you, and then lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. And again, you can lift your head as you lift your legs and then lower your head. Or you might decide, I want to modify. I'm only going to keep my head down the whole time. You can do that, or you can keep it lifted the whole time. You got to listen to your body. We'll do one more time because I wasn't counting. So there, just take a breath, take a moment. And then we're going to come up and we're going to go right into camel. Our camel flows. So for camel, let's see if I can make sure you can see my knees now. Camel pose. Now you can be on the tops of your feet, but if you need a little extra modification, come on to the bottoms of your toes and have the heels lifted a little higher. That's your choice too. So palms at your lower back, right about where your kidneys would be, right? For camel pose. When we come into this, we're arching our back. Make sure your hips stay over your knees the whole time. That's your proper camel pose. So we're opening and arching, opening the heart, arching the back. So inhale, gaze up, pressing the hips forward, but keeping them over the knees. Feel that nice stretch in those quads, your thighs, coming back up. So here, if you want to stay with your hands on your hips, on your lower back rather, you can. We're going to do 4 more. Or you can take them to your heels for a moment when you're opening. Your choice. And then 3 more. Inhaling when you open, exhaling when you contract. And now, reverse table pose. So, we come first into our Dandasana pose, which is this guy. Legs are straight. Remove the fleshy parts of your sits bones out and away. Round your sits bones down. Feet are flexed to start. And then you're going to have your hands by your sides, palms facing down. And then they're next to your hips, maybe like a few inches back. So you want to make sure that you're stacking your joints. Shoulder over wrist. Shoulder over elbow over wrist. And then you're going to bend your knees. Feet walking distance apart, about hip distance apart, your hip distance apart. You're going to lift your hips up, gaze up, and then come back down, straighten back into that pose. Spine is straight. Come back up, reverse table, inhale. Feel that stretch in the shoulders. So we'll do 3 more. And if you're done and you like to rest, you can do that. Maybe do a little forward fold. We're almost done too. I think that was 6. And sometimes here I feel the need to do that forward fold I was talking about. So if you do, inhale, exhale, fold forward for a nice little extra stretch. Stretch for the hamstrings, the back, spine is straight. You're aiming your navel towards your big toes. Rise back up. Last one. And this one is down dog, up dog. We'll do 6. In down dog, you want to make sure fingers are spread wide. You're lifting your hips up to the sky. Feet are walking distance apart. If you feel like you're not in that right position yet with your hands and feet, come into plank. Straight line from head to heels. Feet walking distance apart. The wrists are under your shoulders. This is going to be the perfect place to start for down dog. You keep your hands and feet where they're at, and then you lift your hips up. Now you're in your perfect down dog without moving hands and feet. Inverted V, and then we're going into up dog. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna keep those toes curled under. We're not coming onto the tops of the feet for this one. Lower the hips down, up dog. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, gazing up slightly, not completely, because you don't want to crunch the neck. Come back to down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stay in down dog. Take a breath. Down dog becomes your resting pose. Walk the feet forward. Just a few inches. Your 5 Tibetans are over. Stay in down dog, but you're just walking the feet forward a few inches to really feel an extra stretch for your calves. Beautiful. And let's walk the feet forward. Lower down, forward fold. Take hand to opposite elbow. Ragdoll. Allow the head to hang loose. Nodding head yes and no. Release the tension in the neck. One more breath here. Let it all roll off your back. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out, all the way up, palms together, down to your heart. Come to mountain. So you'll be at the top of your mat. And let's flow. Inhale, palms together, as we were going to do before, chair pose. So you're bending your knees, hands come to heart to start. And you're sitting your hips back. Make sure you can still see your toes. Knees are never beyond the toes. You want to shift them back if they are. Your weight is into the heels of your feet. Lift the toes up for a second, and then that'll help you shift the weight back. It's much safer on the knees. Lower the toes down, chair pose with a twist. So you're going to take your left elbow and then take it over the right thigh. Keep your knees parallel to each other, pressing into the palms of your hands. You're gazing out or up. Breathe. Twists are so great for the spine. Come back to center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, other side. Gaze out or up. One more breath. back to center. Inhale, arms out. Inhale, back bend here if you choose. Swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot out behind you, runner's lunge. Lower left foot down. Straighten the front leg. Hamstring stretch, right? Flex that foot. See if you can touch the toes, perfect. If it's too challenging, that's okay. Some people love to come up onto blocks in this pose because it's just too intense for the hamstrings. So make sure that your spine is straight the whole time too. So if you feel like you're pounding, you're not really breathing or able to breathe deeply, then use those blocks to modify. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Come forward. Your choice. Here's an option for you. Bend the back knee, a little quad stretch. You can reach for the toes. If you can't find the toes, you can just keep it lifted without reaching or attempting to reach, because eventually you'll reach those toes. When you're ready, curl the back toes under. Step back into a plank pose. Modified chaturanga. So you're going to lower the hips, bend the elbows in towards the body, lower all the way down. Inhale, come up, Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, make sure you see my elbows. You are on your forearms. Elbows are under your shoulders. Spine is straight. Shine the heart forward. Gaze out or up. Breathe. Lower back down. Hands under shoulders. Come back to down dog. Take a full breath here. Let's take that left foot forward, runner's lunge, other side. Spine is straight, thinking heavy hips, high heart, lower back knee down. Come back, walk your hands back, straighten that front leg, flex the foot. Maybe hold the toes. Modify if you need to, come on to blocks. Come higher, come forward, and work with reaching for that leg, maybe getting that quad stretch, the top of your thigh, or just holding the reach, whatever feels good. And each side of your body might be different. Like this one, I couldn't do it as long on the other side, but I can do it on this side. So listen to the differences. Bring that back foot up to meet the front now. Lower down, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out all the way up, palms together. Down for Namaste. Top of the mat if you made your way further back from your mat. Inhale, back, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank pose. Now, straight line from head to heels, belly is hugging in, navel to the spine. Gaze is down. Chaturanga or modified with knees down. Lower your body, hover, elbows are in towards the rib cage. Scooch forward if you're going into your up dog. Thighs are off the mat, or you're touching the mat, your choice. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, down dog splits. Open for a hip opener, flex that foot, bend the knee, get it up and over. So you really feel the stretch, the opening in the hips, stretch on that quad, your thigh. This will get your heart rate going. You can hear me breathing. And let's just do 3 core Shakti kicks. So straighten your hips. Inhale, bend the knee in towards your hands. Inhale, down dog splits. Exhale, come in. Inhale up, exhale forward. That was the last one. And then we're going to take that right foot in between your hands. Both feet are facing forward for this. We're going to come into crescent pose. So make sure your feet are walking distance apart, not one in front of the other. It'll be harder to balance if they are. We're not going on a tightrope. So when you're ready, reach up into your crescent pose. Sink down as low as works for you. Front knee is over the ankle or a little further back and not off to one side or the other. Nice and centered. You're on the ball of that back foot as you sink deeper. Hips are facing forward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears as you reach tall. Lean forward. About 45-degree angle, spine is straight. We're going to inhale, arms up, exhale and back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Keep them back. Modified warrior 3. If you can't do warrior 3, stay here. We're going to jump or slowly get into our warrior 3. Scooch the back foot forward. Lift it up. Upper body is in a straight line with that leg. So if your leg is lower, your upper body is higher. Just make sure you keep that straight line. Hug the navel in towards the spine. Hips are parallel with the floor. When you're ready, we're going to take that back knee forward. Inhale. Exhale, back to warrior 3. So you could just stay static if it's too much. Just listen to your body. Do what works for you and do what you can. Maybe you try one and then you're good. Stay here, warrior 3. Then we're going to kick. Bring it forward and kick. Kick away all those stupid fears, right? Kick away any of that lower negative energy. And then when you're ready, pause. On this balancing leg, bend this knee. So for me, it's my left leg. Should be for you, I think. So just pulse. You could do 3, you could do more. Pause here. Bring that leg forward again. Bring it up. It's about hip height. Challenging balance pose for me right now. So here, take a strap, or you can simply hold your knees if you like, your knee, and just stay here. Or I'm going to extend my leg out. So your option is to take a strap, wrap it around the ball of your foot, and extend the leg out. I'm going to use my 2-piece fingers, wrap it around the big toe, extend out that way. Let me just face forward so you can see what I'm doing here next. Keep the leg straight if you'd like. I'm out of breath. And then counterbalance, because guess what we're doing? Left arm's out to the side. Your extended leg tries to open a little or a lot. And then you breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. The most important part of yoga is breathing. When you're ready, step back. Bring it forward nice and slow. Your transition is just as important, if not more, than the actual pose sometimes. Palms together, down to your heart, down to the mat. Take your chaturanga, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down dog. We're going to go to the other side and do that same thing. So inhale, right leg up. Flex the foot, bend the knee, open the hips so you're stacking your hips. Hip opener. Breathe. Inhale, square the hips. Exhale, bring it forward, that knee. Inhale up, core shakti kick. And we'll do one more. Inhaling when you're up, exhaling when you're forward. And then when you're ready, right foot forward. Reach up, crescent pose. So from runner's lunge to crescent pose. Lean forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back. One more time. Bring them back whole. Modified warrior 3, you may stay here or scooch the back foot forward. Come up into your warrior 3. Hips are parallel to the floor. Your gaze is down. Straight line of energy from your head all the way to that heel. Back, the leg that is lifted. So now, breathe. Palms to your heart. That back knee bends and comes forward and up. Higher than your hips if you can. Bring it back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more. Pause. And then kick. Kicking away all that no longer serves you. Pause. Here. Balancing leg. 1, 2, 3 knee bends. Pause here. Bring that back knee forward. You can either hold on to the knee and open the knee if you'd like, or start with your strap or your fingers. So I'm going to use 2-piece fingers again on this side. Extend. Spine is straight. You may stay here or begin to open that leg out to the side. Counterbalance with your opposite arm. Going out to help you stay up instead of fall, right? Deep cleansing breaths. And come back to center. Bring that leg back into your crescent lunge. Palms together, down to your heart, down to the mat. Step back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step up or jump up. Lower. Inhale, rise. Palms together, down to your heart. Take a breath. Mountain pose. Take one more breath in mountain pose. Coming to the tops of your mat. Inhale. Back bend if you choose. Swan. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step or jump back. Plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Back bend of your choice. Exhale, inverted V. Inhale, right leg to the sky, down dog splits. Exhale, right foot forward, runner's lunge. Once again, crescent pose. So keep both feet facing forward. Reach up, down dog, down dog. Reach up into your crescent pose, silly me. Palms together, down to your heart. Here we're going to take a little flow. We're going to inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring arms up as high as works for you while palms are together. Exhale. And then when we come down, if it's accessible, see if you can lift your heel up. So see what I'm doing there with my heel. So we're going to inhale, exhale, lift the heel. A couple more times, just to get that beautiful strengthening going in the calf and the stretching. And the last time, in the shin. Lower that heel. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do a twist. Take your left elbow, cross it over the right thigh, kind of like what we did with chair. And then press into the palms of your hands. You're opening your heart, gazing out or up to the sky. Breathe. Come back to center. Inhale, shoot arms all the way up. Hands back down to the mat. Step back into your plank pose. Chaturanga, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down dog. Other side. Inhale, left leg to the sky now. Making sure you're doing both sides. Left foot forward. Runner's lunge. Rise up. Crescent pose. Palms together. Down to your heart. Inhale. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, lift the front heel. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lift heel. Lift the heel if it's accessible. You can do that a few more times. Last time. And pause here. Crescent revolve. Taking your right elbow over the left thigh. Gaze out or up. Breathe. You can always lower the back knee down to modify if you need to. Come back to center. Inhale, shoot arms all the way up. Back down to the mat. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down dog. Stay in down dog for 5 cleansing breaths. Drink your breath here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step up or jump up, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan, arms out, all the way up. Palms together, down to your heart. As you're ready, we're going to step left foot back. So here, feet can both be facing forward. Have blocks nearby. We're going to do a pyramid pose. So feet facing forward. If you need to modify, turn the back foot at an angle as one extra option, or take your legs wider than hip distance apart to really open yourself up and have better balance when we come into this pose. Listen to your body always, and as you work on these poses, you just go deeper every time. Inhale, spine is straight, arms up. Hinge at the hips, reach up, 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 and then out, out, out. Reaching, reaching, reaching the whole time. Lowering down, front leg is straight if you can help it. If not, you can bend the knee to modify. And again, come up on the blocks if you need to, if going down to the floor is too much. Remember, where there is pain, that is too far. Sweet discomfort only is what we shoot for in yoga. No pain. If you want to intensify, if you're extra flexible, maybe you turn the fingers towards the back foot and you walk them behind you to intensify that stretch. Your choice. Breathe. And now we're going to do a pyramid, revolve pyramid. So having one block on the outside of your front foot is recommended here. Unless you already know and you've done it 1,000 times. Take your left hand to your hip, right hand to that block outside the front foot. Spine is straight. Think about inhaling and opening the spine, the heart as you open now to the right. You're going to turn towards that front leg, so whichever leg you're doing right now, but for me it's the right leg, so I'm going to open my heart to the right side. Right arm reaches up to the sky if it's accessible, and maybe you gaze up towards that right hand. Breathe. Come back to center. Bend the front knee, have your block now about 12 inches in front of your front foot. So in line with the front foot and just 12 inches in front, because we're going to do a revolve half moon. So this is a challenging pose. Usually I use a block, but let's see what happens. So if you're wobbly, that's okay. It's all about just practicing and breathing. Lift the back leg. Place that right hand, or rather left hand on your block, right hand on your hip. So this might be your pose today, or maybe you can begin just like we did with revolve pyramid and begin to open your heart out to the right, lifting arm up away from the hips eventually. And for me, that's enough. If you'd like to stay there and breathe into it, stay there. And then we're going to come back, feet together. Wrap your hands, bend your knees, wrap your hands around those knees, lower the head and breathe. I love to pull my spine away from my legs just to feel that extra stretch and opening in the upper back. Release. Round your spine, roll up nice and slow. Take a breath, inhale, arms up. Palms together, down to your heart. We're gonna go to the other side. Step right foot back, about 3 to 3.5 feet. I don't know if I said that on the other side, but that's about 3 to 3.5 feet. Both feet are facing forward, your feet are hip distance apart. To modify, turn the back foot at an angle or take the feet wider. Have your blocks right next to your front foot. Inhale, spine is straight. Hinge at the hips, reach forward as far as you can, reach, and allow the hands to go down on your blocks or on the mat next to that front foot. Breathe. If you want to intensify, turn the fingers behind you, walk them closer to that back foot. Spine is still straight, maybe lower the head. Feel free to bend the front knee to modify or have your hands on your shins. All of these are perfect. It's not about going low, it's about feeling the stretch deep in your body. Take a few breaths. Prepping for pyramid, revolve pyramid, have a block. You only need the one block next to your front foot now. And your left hand goes on that block. Right hand goes to your left hip. Spine is straight. As you lift up to about hip height, open your heart. Your upper body is about hip height, I should say. And then maybe you lift your right arm, your left arm. I forgot when I stopped mirroring here. So left arm reaches up, open the heart. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your legs will feel nice and warm. Remember after this. Come back to center. These are beautiful stretches for runners too. Take your block 12 inches in front of your front foot. Left hand goes on the block as you begin to lift the back leg about hip height, as high as you can go. Hip height's the best, or the goal rather, and then you work towards the goal over time. Right hand on your hip, open the heart. Or left hand on your hip, open the heart. Goodness gracious, I did it twice. Gaze out or up. And as you're ready, back to center, feet together, bend your knees, wrap your hands around the legs, breathe. Release, inhale, arms out and up, palms together, down to your heart. Inhale, back bend, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, come all the way down to the mat. Come into your, we're gonna lower our back down. Make sure you can see me on the floor. There you can. Good. So bring your knees into your chest. Give them a hug and just close your eyes. So a nice self-care right now. So breathe. Maybe rock a little side to side. Permission to relax. This is your time for yourself. Hands to knees, begin your circles. So drawing a nice big circle, go all the way around. And back to center, pause, switch direction. Massaging the lower back and belly. So good. Now we're going to draw two circles. Bring the knees in towards your chest and then out and away from each other. Down, around, back in. We'll just do 3. And then we'll switch directions there. So with both of your knees together now, bring them down, out, and in. 3 times all the way around, 2 circles. And hold here. Bring your arms out to your side, shoulder height in T position. Knees are in towards your chest. We're going to drop them, lower them to the right, gaze to the left over your shoulder. Breathe. If it's accessible, scooch the knees a little closer towards your shoulder. Enjoy the twist for the lower back, the releasing of tension there. Inhale, legs, knees back to center, and we're going to drop them over to the left, gaze to the right. Making your way back to center. Extend the legs straight out on the mat. Arms at your sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Releasing any tension here. Allow every muscle in your body to melt. Feel and see the light within you. With your eyes closed, just diving deeper inside. Allowing the energy within and around you to slow down. Relaxing. Center. Breathing. And surrendering. Hold this Shavasana for as long as you would like, and pause for you. When you're ready, just allowing your awareness to come back more fully in this body, in this room, in the present moment. Bending your knees, rolling over to the right side, resting here for just a moment. And slowly, gently rising up. Come into your easy seated pose. Come a little forward now. Legs crossed, eyes closed, palms facing up on the knees. Let's inhale together, arms out and up, palms together, bring them down to your heart. May the universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light, and may you always know the peace that dwells within. Namaste. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're practicing this, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon.